Game on, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the Nations Cup. Germany against Ukraine today. Best of 3 series. We're looking at Group 3 for the first time. And Dragonshire is the first map in the best of 3. So these are going to be a few games that are definitely closer than some of the ones that we've seen so far. Before we're actually heading into the first draft, again, just another quick shout out. If you're interested in the groups, if you want to know who's in which group, which nations are together, we have 16 teams in total. Split into 4 groups, and you can go over to khaldor.tv and check it out right there. First of all, there's a live stream schedule if you want to catch any of these things live. If you're currently watching this on YouTube, that might be something that's going to help you. But there's also a few news items that cover the tournament a bit and also displays the group. So if you're interested to know where which nation is, then I can definitely tell you, you will find some information there. So khaldor.tv for that. Yeah, and with this, we're heading into the first game of the day. Ukraine against Germany. And what are we going to get today? Happy Germans or sauerkrauts? That's the question. Dragonshire is the first map, and first pick, first ban goes over to Germany. So Alarak gets banned out, and Junkrat gets eliminated immediately. And I just talked the other day about how Nick pretty much brought Carrigan back into the meta, and the first thing that you see in this series is Carrigan banned out. Because Ukraine just looks at this as like, no. It's not happening. We're going to try to deny the tanks to you later maybe, but for now let's just get Carrigan out of the way because she's just a little bit too impactful. Rexa also banned out, still the king of Dragonshire. Probably the best offlaner that you can possibly pick over here if you have someone that can play him well. And Death Knight locks in Johanna right away. Now, this is a little bit reminiscent of what Washed Up has actually done. And a lot of the players that are on the German team have obviously played for Washed Up. They really love to play, or they love to play with that Johanna and Blaze combo, which we could still see. Blaze is also good for the top lane. Urel is obviously very powerful too. But the first thing that happens is we are getting a double damage lineup. That's actually unexpected. Most teams don't open up with a double damage 1-2 combo, and I could understand Falstad for sure, because let's face it, we have a global on the map. But in addition to this, we also get Sylvanas, so it seems like a bit of a deny pick to Chris too. Chris has been playing more and more with Sylvanas. Actually, more and more is probably not the right way to describe it. He has always been playing a shit ton of Sylvanas, and he's really strong on the hero as well, so I really can't blame them there. But that allows Nick to get Tracer. So Tracer and Malfurion are being picked. Malfurion still the best support these days, pretty much. Anna also very strong, and so is Rhaegar. It's actually kind of interesting because I saw another thread on Reddit the other day where someone complained about Uther and how incredibly strong he is and that he's pretty much OP and has a ridiculous win rate. And I was like, let me think about that. When was the last time that I've seen Uther on a high level? Outside of North America, where they play him as a tank. And yeah, so yeah. Hashtag buff bunker. Never gets old, never gets old. Imperius banned out, and Rhaegar, well, one of the 2 supports that I mentioned. Because you look over to Falstad, you look at Sylvanas, and you immediately think, Anna with that setup, I mean, nano boost's not going to do too much there, so we're actually okay if they pick Anna. Let's deny Rhaegar instead. There's a lot of camps on the map, and we don't want them to have easy access to the camps and claim them all the time, with the Rhaegar doing his thing. So, let's see. There's still a chance that we're actually going to see Sergeant Hammer, but that's not really the best Hammer map. Oh my god, Karazim, really? Wow. Karazim and Chen. Someone is going to go YOLO with this one. Barrel roll into 7-sided is the first thing that would come to mind if barrel roll didn't suck these days. Especially since, of course, the Triple Panda is just so much better. It's not only that barrel roll got worse a while ago, but at the same time, Triple Panda is insanely good. Yeah, there's Leo. Mace to the face, baby. And they go for Hammer anyways. I didn't really think they would do it because it's not really the map where Hazu usually picks it. But the Germans, they want their Panzer. And they get it right away. So happy Germans, no sauerkrauts, at least up to this point. Even against Chen, they say like, what are you gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do? Try and barrel me? Good luck with that. Siege tactics, bro. Okay. Last pick in our first game. Keep in mind, it is a best of 3 series, as the teams are trying to make it out of the group stage. We're still early on in the Nations Cup. And we have Denado on ETC as the last pick. So, with that, we're heading straight into our first map of the best of 3 series in Group 3. Let's check it out. Germany against Ukraine. And we're good to go. Game number 1. The Germans on the left side with Death Knight on Johanna, Hazops on Leoric. No tank for him today. No. With Nick and Chris on the team, we know who the 2 damage dealers are. X-Ray on Malfurion with Nick on Tracer, and Chris is driving the hammer today. So Ukraine starts on the right side in red with Candlelight and Karazim. Blu-ray on Sylvanas. Do those still exist? Valamax on Falstad, Denado on ETC, and Toxic Silence on Chen. In the days of Netflix and Disney Plus. I actually don't have Disney Plus, but everybody was talking about it the other day, so yeah. I heard that it's great for movies, not so great for series. Hashtag discuss. But well, as the game starts up, we have on level 1 for Chen, the Eye of the Tiger. His mother's eyes, right there. Also, hold your ground. Austin's renewal is backing its pick a lot more these days, and our 2 offlaners are slowly making their way towards the top. Interesting enough, it's actually not only Hazops. Nope. Nick is right there with him and saying like, let's go, baby. Super safe rotation here. Whew. And for good reason. Death Knight was already waiting together with X-Ray in one of these bushes. They're hiding there. Yeah, the good old hide in the bush strategy. Nunes would be proud. But as it stands, towards the mid lane, Death Knight and Nick are also pushing this out. And Valamax has already taken a bit of a beating, so he's playing it incredibly safe, just behind that gate. As the first little bit of aggression is happening more so at the bottom of the map. A small poke is happening here. It will be a way more interesting series than a lot of the matches we've seen so far. I mean, obviously, if you look at a group stage, it's unavoidable that you will have a few teams, especially in the Nations Cup, where you have 16 teams signed up. A few teams that will dominate the competition in the group. But we had a couple of really close ones already. I mean, we had a couple of meme games with Cho'Gall, Gazlo, Probius, and all of that. But we also had Spain with a very interesting series that they played just the other day. And that went the full distance. And I could totally see a few of the matches in Group 3 and Group 4 go the full distance too. Yeah, for now, double control already. And they're a little bit late on that camp. I'm not so sure what's going on here. Valamax is pretty much dead. What the hell? He gets kicked in the butt, and that's an immediate kill against Falstad. The bird gets eliminated, and boys and girls, what's happening there? The Ukrainian players here with a little bit of a brain fart. Actually, that wasn't just a small brain fart. That was a massive brain fart. I mean, that one smelled. So now we are looking at an early Dragonite. Granted, 2-minute Dragonite is not going to ruin the game for them, but that is still going to go through the wall. So they gave that one up for free. Valamax even died as he was trying to prevent the inevitable, but someone didn't really pay attention here, so maybe they thought they could take that night camp so much faster than they actually did, but these are a lot of good players. I mean, everybody on the side of Ukraine is master level to grandmaster. A lot of these guys have also experience in competitive leagues, amateur leagues and stuff like that. So I'm a bit shocked what we've just seen here. 2 walls have been eliminated. Now the fountain is down at the bot lane, and the bird is in trouble once more. Valamax and Blu-ray are barely moving out. Nick is just singing around here. Granted, gets a bit of an ass kicking here too, but they take the fort. 3-minute fort. And they go for the next kill. They go for Candlelight, and Karazim goes down. I mean, I'm personally offended right now. Apparently, Sergeant Hammer... For me, that's a hate crime, honestly. Apparently, Sergeant Hammer hates bald people. I don't like that at all. I feel personally offended. And yeah, we should actually create a hashtag here. Bald people are people too. Something like that. No hair, still care. The possibilities are endless, honestly. 2 kills against 0, and level 7 talents are in, and as it stands, it seems like Germany is just saying, alright guys, let's push the advantage here. Yeah, the Germans are starting to go straight in for that wall at the bottom of the map. And that 4-man is just absolutely murdering what we're seeing on the other side, so this is actually getting nuts. I mean, honestly, we have 4 minutes in and they're knocking at the keep. What exactly is going on here? This is getting a bit crazy. They actually break through the wall at the 4-minute mark. That is getting bonkers. Chen is coming down to help out too. The Panda wants a piece of the action. False that flies in. They try and get a kill, and the bird gets wrecked. Yeah, that was... I mean, the chicken is in the KFC bucket right there. Flies in and dies instantly. 3 kills to 0. Whatever I expected heading into this, I did not expect this. 4 kills now. Sylvanas has fallen. And Ukraine gets absolutely crushed. That's... yeah. I mean, level 10 is so close now for Germany that I think we are most likely looking at a second Dragon Knight now. And we're only 5 minutes in. We're talking about the second Dragon Knight 5 minutes into the game. You have to actually think about this for a moment. Well, then again, Nick gets attacked, and they're actually controlling this quite nicely. Nick goes down. Okay. Finally, Ukraine with a bit of a sign of life. But honestly, that bird has a bit of a death wish. I mean, just jumps in the entire time. Oh! That would have been glorious. If Chris would have actually locked in that kill, that would have been absolutely glorious. Now, Karazim is sitting bot side and saying, guys, let's calm down here a little bit. Just play this out. Make sure that we can still take this. But there's 1.5 level lead with level 10 abilities. And Blessed Shield is obviously still active. Could use that. Don't have to. But if Ukraine can come back here, it would actually be pretty fantastic. I mean, build so far is roughly what you expect. We have Boomerang again on level 7. On level 1, obviously, these days. You see the Wingman. Chen should be safe topside. Well, and as I say, there comes the Entomb. Valamax is there, but that's a kill against the Panda. Panda goes down, and that might be Dragon Knight number 2, and indeed it is. Chris takes it. 6.5 minutes in. And they're going straight for the keep, aren't they? Okay. 6-minute keep. Can they make that happen? Nah, okay, they move into the middle right now. I don't know if you can actually get the keep that early in the game. Again, 6 minutes in, these Dragon Knights, they don't really have a lot of hit points. They're not really scaling that nicely into it. So, yeah, it seems like we're having them just rotate a little bit more. Without the level 10 ability in the hands of Ukraine, they might have decided to push the bot lane after all. But right now, it seems more so that they're interested in that fountain in the middle and an attempt to take that second fort here. Playing it a little bit safer. And yeah, here comes the attack. Well, that fort is down, first of all. Quest completed for ETC, that's good. That really is going to help them. But there's the kill against Trace again. Second time that Nick went down. And here comes Falstad, flying in and going for the gust, I would assume. And there's the second kill. Malfurion is also dead. ETC survives, and with the slide he locks down Leo, and that's a triple kill. Ukraine, they lose the fort, but they go for the triple, and they catch up in experience quite a bit. Quite a bit, actually, at this point. Still behind, of course, and especially when you look at structures on the map, they are massively behind. But they show some signs of life, and you have to at least respect that. Nick also is getting locked down a lot. I mean, he already died twice now. 15,000 damage for him. 25,000 for Chris on Sergeant Hammer. 14,000 for Sylvanas on the other side. And Chen is also playing this a bit safer here at the top. The only hero that hasn't died yet on the red team is ETC. He's the only one that hasn't fallen yet. Level 13 is there, and they're trying to invade this hard. I mean, look at the Germans. They're 5-manning that shit. Trying to invade maybe to that extent. Already the tower goes down, and with that camp they're trying to take it. They're going for an exchange here. Bot lane gets attacked, and together with Sylvanas and the Bruiser camp that was claimed, Ukraine will have no problem whatsoever of going for this fort. Rotation into the middle. Hammer still sitting topside and should be able to claim that fort eventually. But there's the rotation, and the bird gets locked down again. Oh my god, I didn't know that Germans like chicken that much. I mean, they home in on him every single time he pokes his head out on the map. The fort at the bot lane gets actually defended, and the one at the top is likely going to fall. With Nick moving in, Toxic Silence, aka Smerton, has to be careful too. And the fort is down. The rest of the team rotates in, and look at this. This is a tank play right there. You know where your opponent is going to come from for the flank. You're securing that flank, anchoring your team's play, and just simply slow them down, put them off the mount, and move out of harm's way. That's exactly how you pull it off. That's exactly how you play that. 6 kills against 4. And now another opportunity to go for a Dragonite. And, well, Ukraine is busy in the mid lane with 4 heroes as ETC gets attacked. And ETC has stage dive. Doesn't have to move out. They're making the play for Malf. Malfurion is low. Stage dive in and goodbye. But he still gets the ult out. I don't think they can capitalize on it, the Germans that is, but they're gonna try. Chris is getting body blocked. There's a slide and he is down to an attempt by Hazu to go for the Dragonite. Has also been shut down. There's at least a camp pushing bot side, so that's going to do a bit of work, but probably not enough. And now an opportunity for Ukraine to get their own Dragonite. They want one of these things. They've seen the last 2 bad boys and said like, my god, these guys are awesome. How do I get one? Well, fucking how you get one. Do you know how you get a Sylvanas? Yeah, you just kill her. Sylvanas down, Bird comes in, Mighty Gust, and that's a Dragonite. Oh, oh, the minion! Oh, oh, Harry the Archer, the hero minion interrupting Chen. The Mighty Gust used as they're trying to get the Dragonite, and the Archer goes in and says, nope. Nope. Not on my watch, baby. Not on my watch. No Dragonite for you guys. Sorry. I don't like you. I'm playing for these guys. I'm part of the blue team too. I'm gonna take you down. The Archer value right there. That was actually awesome. Yeah, minions do not only include catapults, ladies and gentlemen. No. Harry is a winner. Harry the Archer is a winner, as we just saw. Now level 16 is ready. Together with that, we have the Dragonite pushing bot side. Falset is trying to claim enough experience at the top of the map to give his own team level 16. But this is, of course, a bit of a disaster now for Ukraine. Not only did they not get the Dragonite, their opponent took it. And now, Tracer again in the middle, going up against Valamax, tries to kill! Oh, it doesn't get it, but that keep is down. The keep is destroyed, and that's the first one in the game. A bit of an ass-kicking for ETC again. He's getting his butt kicked pretty hard here. But DK is apparently still trying out for the NFL. So far the contract hasn't come through. But he's making a strong argument for the punting team. Okay, ETC comes in once more. They want to go for X-Ray. Here's the Bird, and the Mighty Gust. The Bird about to go down, barely getting out of there, thanks also to his level 16 talent, but gets still eliminated. And he's not the only one, the entire team gets wrecked at this point. Chen has fallen, ETC has fallen, they're trying to go for Candlelight again, he gets out, so, oh, actually, okay, didn't do enough. But Tracer is still zipping in, and that's a dead Karazim. Karazim down, and yeah, the Germans on map number 1. A pretty... I mean, that was a sick display of dominance that we just saw from them, so they take this easy peasy with 11 kills against 6, 12-minute game. Yeah, great performance. I mean, seriously, didn't expect it to be that crass. 0 deaths on Johanna, not bad either. And well, that's it. Game number 1, the lead in the best of 3 series goes to Germany. GG, and well played. Battlefield of Eternity, map number 2. The Germans, quite strong on the first map. I was a bit surprised that Ukraine didn't fight back harder. That early draft rotation with Sylvanas and Falstad did not really work out for them. They had especially problems to deal with Sergeant Hammer there in the late game. But especially that early Dragonite that got snuck in by Germany, that shouldn't have happened in the first place. So that was definitely a faux pas on the side of Ukraine. So on Battlefield, they need to react to these objectives a bit quicker. Malfurion gets banned out immediately. Insta-ban. Insta-ban. And yeah, on Battlefield, what else are we going to see banned out? I would love to see... I'm pretty sure that they're trying to ban out Vala against Germany, unless she is, well... Yeah, she's probably going to be banned. If not, then maybe Ukraine picks her. But Chris would love to play Vala here. He would absolutely love that. Sylvanas will do in a pinch, but there's other heroes that are of course excellent when you're playing on Battlefield. Liming being one of them, probably the best mage that you can play on the map, possibly. We've seen Chromie on the map now too, a bit more often. Greymane is great. And yeah, there's a lot that can really do a lot of damage against the Immortal, a lot that can play around here. To the ban pattern, Are they still worried about Kerrigan? Nope, they're not. Instead, Johanna gets banned out. And that's these days one of the preferred heroes for Death Knight. So without his Johanna, let's see what they can pull off with this. I'm a bit surprised that we didn't see Hammer banned yet, but I would assume that the third ban goes on to Hammer, because this is another one of these maps where the Germans really like to play with Sergeant Hammer. Hazops has done this a lot, Chris has done this a lot, so this is definitely one of the maps where you want to get rid of that too. Garrosh gets banned out, okay. And with that, we have pretty much every single damage dealer that you want on this map to attack the objective still available. We're talking, as we said before, Vala, Li Ming, Greymane, like so many that you can choose from right now. And there's the Li Ming pick instantly. And now the choice. I mean, do you go Vala? Do you think about picking maybe later on Sergeant Hammer instead of her for like auto attacks? But the arrow build is obviously great. Chris could also play his Sylvanas, as I said before. He's really strong with that. I guess probably more so waiting what Nick is gonna pick. There's Chromie, pointed out just a few seconds ago. The sandwich is taken, and together with that, ETC, still a fantastic hero in Battlefield of Eternity. A nice power slide or a good pushback can drop the opponent straight into the immortal stun, and that is CC chain without you even needing a second hero that can provide some stun on his own. And that's a pretty good rotation for the start here. So, with the Chrome Star already in play, our little fake dragon, what are we getting here on the Ukrainian side? Haha, Sylvanas, and they really like that gen, don't they? Yes, they go straight in. Smerten, aka Toxic Silence, picks gen for the offlane. I would expect Blaze at this point. For Germany. I mean, there's more available, don't get me wrong. But Blaze would fit this one well. So, we'll see. Because, I mean, right now you're pretty much looking at ETC solo. With Blaze you add additional stun, you have survivability through Bunker. Melganis gets banned out on the other side, so no setup for Li Ming, which is also important. And there's the Hanzo ban. Yeah, with Nick on the other side, it's actually fair to ban Hanzo out too, but again, Vala is still up, Greymane is still up, there's a lot of those heroes up that have mobility, that can not only drop the Immortal, but also get an easy access to one of the backliners of Ukraine and then take them down there. So, well, let's check it out. 2 more picks incoming. Are we going to see Blaze, for example? We also don't have the support yet on either side, so you probably want to pick it now. Rhaegar would be an option. And there it is, Rhaegar taken and Blaze. Rhaegar and Blaze both locked down. That's a great setup so far. And Nick can now react to whatever happens on the opponent's side, whatever he feels more comfortable with. Okay. I mean, the damage is already taken. It just depends on what exactly we're seeing as the main tank. It's pretty much the only concern that Nick probably has right now. So, let's go. What's the main tank? What do we have? Game number 2. Battlefield of Eternity, Diablo and Ana. Nano boosted Li Ming, Dibbles at the front. And that leads Nick into... Diablo is something that I actually didn't really expect. So, Diablo in this setup is interesting. I can totally see that changing Nick's choice a little bit. I mean, obviously we're not privy to their internal communication here. That might change things slightly in trying to put pressure on him. Greymane, for example, would be really good, but the other heroes are still fantastic that I mentioned previously. And he actually goes Kerrigan. The Countess is in, ladies. Okay. Kerrigan wants to carry again as Nick goes straight in for her. And that's game number 2. Let's jump in. Battlefield of Eternity. The Germans are in the lead. They want the first best of 3 win in Group 3 of the Nations Cup of the Nexus contest. Let's jump in and find out if they can drop Ukraine without losing a single map. Game number 2, Battlefield of Eternity. And on the left side, Hazops on Blaze for the Germans, X-Ray on Rhaegar, Death Knight on ETC, and Nick on Kerrigan. With Chris on Chromie. Chromester is on the other side, Ukraine with Candlelight on Ana, Valamax on Li Ming, Denado on Dibbles, Blu-ray on Sylvanas again, and Toxic Silence is playing Chen. So far, so Gucci. So, Kerrigan, we're going to keep an eye on her. I mean, she is riding in style, on the money pick, best mount in the game, the piece of bacon that shits money. Doesn't get any better than that. And Kerrigan, obviously, she's a woman of style. She's up with the latest fashion trends. And that trend hasn't really changed in a lot of time, so she is right on the money with this one. Money pick, you know. Okay, so either way, Diablo currently going in. Oh, straight lock down here. Stun Fiesta has started. Nice combo from Nick. And Dibbles is in trouble, but he actually doesn't die here. And yeah, top lane, that's where Chen and Blaze are going to fight it out. I really don't think that this lane is going to do any big moves anytime soon. But down here, that's a different story. I mean, Leonardo is already in a spot where he needs some healing. And Candlelight is happy to oblige, at least for now. Anna's build has changed again, obviously, and that's a dead Diablo. Diablo is down. Lord of Terror, my ass. Ah. Can maybe say he can maybe play in the next Hello Kitty game, but so far there is just no threat level coming from him, and that's easy access to the bottom of the map now, and therefore, obviously, the camp. They can also rotate someone up for the next one, and what is Anna doing? Hello? Okay, apparently Anna wanted a promotion. She was looking at Diablo dying, saying like, okay guys, it's fine, if we don't have a tank, I'm gonna take over. Believe me, I've done this before. And then the entire team was just screaming, hey, this ain't Overwatch. So Anna a little bit too close to the bush, and a second later she's dead, unfortunate for her. Push through the bottom of the map, and I'm still a little bit shocked. Like, you have to, just for 1 second, see this from my perspective. I came into this and I expected Germany to have a slight lead in this series. But let's face it, the German qualifier wasn't actually as dominant as you would probably have expected. So I was like, okay, I'm not quite sure where the Germans stand with this. Are there maybe a couple of weaknesses? Did they meme a little bit? Did they take it 100% serious? What exactly happened here? But it wasn't as clean cut of a series as I expected. So we're heading into this game, and there are good Ukrainian players out there. So the immediate question is, do these guys train together? What are we seeing? And I didn't really know if I expected a 3-game series, if I expected a 2-game series, but I expected a lot closer games than we've previously seen in Group 1 and Group 2. And right now, we are far away from that. We have an absolute dominant game won by Germany, and it's that German efficiency that we're seeing right now. So yeah, the Germans, not only very punctual, outside of the Deutsche Bahn of course, but also with the efficiency that you kind of expect here, and they are mercilessly shredding their opponent at this point. The one thing that I find interesting too is Withering Flames over here. Apparently Chen has a little bit of a hard-on for Chromie, so we can expect him jumping on Chromie later on and trying to reduce the damage output from Chris here. That's not the only problem that they have, but if Chen can act as a bit of a counterplay to her, then by all means. Curious to see if that works out. Or build on level 4 for Li Ming. Still, Calamity should be the weapon of choice on 7. But there's the stun again! And Dibbles is just getting locked down into that stun lock. Carrigan comes in, Jet Propulsion comes through, and Diablo can't even press a single button. Not that he could have escaped in the first place. I mean, he was body blocked too. And this is kind of nuts. This is a little bit nuts for sure. So 3 kills against 0. And the opportunity to now go for the first Immortal. And X-Ray and Chris are doing exactly that. Chris has 18 stacks on his Sandblast Talon on level 1. And this is a 50% Immortal that they now run. And they should actually get level 7 with this as well. Now Blaze is moving bot side already. Chet has to meet that rotation or they're going to lose a lot of experience. Yeah, and at the top of the map, with the minions being pushed in. That is decent timing there too. Nick already saying hello, knocking at the door, and here comes the Immortal. Is it going to be a fort or not? That's the main question. Can they actually pull that off? There's level 7 for them. That gives them an advantage over the opponent too. So they have all the cards in their hands right now to take this specific fort. Boundless Fury. I mean, the Kerrigan is angry. We've already seen that. She always was, always will be. And they go for Denado again, and poor Dibbles is having a problem here. Again, I was a little bit flabbergasted when the pick came through anyways. Diablo is not usually your go-to frontliner that you're trying to pick on this specific map. We had, of course, a few bans that definitely screwed with the Ukrainians slightly. I mean, not only did we have Johanna banned by them, but also Garrosh was banned out, and then the insta pick into E2C removed another one, but there was still... Mal'Ganis was banned later on too. But it really felt that there were other alternatives than Diablo, and could have maybe put also a bit more of a priority onto their tank instead of picking it that late. But either way, with level 7, we now have also Calamity taken. We, by the way, have the biotic enhancements on level 4, but outside of that, still the Sleep Dart build for Ana. And with 3 kills against 0, this is really the moment where the Ukrainians want to look for a bit of a win. And they're pushing in, but this is a 5 versus 5 again. Kerrigan hasn't made a move yet. They're starting to move in right now. Denado at the bottom. And there's the quick kill against Sylvanas. Chris is in trouble and falls, but the rest of the team went deep for that kill, and they all die. Chen is down, so is Diablo. And Ana is trying to escape and actually makes it happen with the Sleep Dart against ETC. So she gets out, but that fort is not going anywhere. The fort is sitting there and is just whining, I want to run away too. But nope. That one is gonna go down for sure. Yes, there's too many waves coming through. Level 10 is close, and Li Ming is about to get obliterated too. She goes down, the new habits completed, gives us the unstoppable frames on the trade for Blaze. And Nick is a happy panda and just jumps around with Kerrigan like a bunny on speed. So level 10 abilities are ready. That gives us stage dive, bunker, everything's there. And the Ultralisk for Kerrigan. To rust, baby. So yeah, 7 kills against 1 and a 2-level lead as the next Immortal spawns. You can already kiss that one goodbye. Fighting against an opponent that has heroic abilities over you is a pretty suicidal move. And it's not happening. I actually find it impressive that they're even going for this camp. At this point I would have expected them to maybe let that one slide too and just try to focus on the lane experience, which in and of itself is already tricky to pull off. Since both of those lanes are, well, the top lane at least, is not really pushed out by Germany, so very little that Ukraine can do, and they're 5-manning the bottom of the map, trying to get enough experience to at least fight around the halftime show. But I honestly don't really think this is happening either. I mean, Toxic Silence topside is trying to get that XP. He's trying to get that wave. But the halftime show is over. The Immortal has already repositioned himself. They're trying to delay as much as they can. But Denado needs to be careful, because if he moves out a little bit too far... Yes, there's the stun, there's the follow-up, and they want to go for Diablo. And oh my god, that poor guy. Seriously. No chance! No chance whatsoever. Gets caught by Chromie's ult, is locked down by Taras with a quick stun. The Ultralisk hits him hard. Kerrigan comes in, 100% shield. Immortal is on the way down to the bottom of the map. It's kind of crazy. The one thing in favor of Diablo is he's only at 96 souls. That's actually working in his favor. Why? Death timers are still pretty low. It's much better at this point if you just die without losing your souls and then spawn with a big hit point pool. So if he had another 4 souls, it would be way worse for the team, because it would have triggered his respawn and he would have lost all of the souls and then had pretty much no HP and would have taken ages to get those back. So that was at least something. But with this, they're starting to jump in straight through the bottom of the map now with that 100% shield Immortal. Still early on in the game, so obviously it scales, but this might well be the first keep. Triple Panda, baby! And also, there's the Apocalypse, a little bit random, but in comes the bunker. Chrome is already playing around, nano boosted Li Ming. Sylvanas gets away, Li Ming trying to get the kills, instead she's the target and goes down. The Panda is locked in, locked down, and going to fall. Hazu gets healed with the Ancestral as he falls a little bit low, but what a setup again. 13 talents ready now for the blue team. Germany, efficient as ever, going in for a kill against Ana. That's nearly a 5-man team wipe, and they are brutalizing their opponent. The keep is down, the core is wide open. Death timers are incredibly low though, but Germany seems to be going for it one way or another. Immortal is moving in too, but I'm not sure if they can actually take this. I doubt it. It's too early in the game. It's honestly too early in the game. That would have been a huge risk right now. If you are behind in the game by, let's say, 2-3 levels, and you are able to take a few heroes of your opponent down, you gain a huge chunk of experience because of the underdeck bonus that you get. So if they risk this, go for the core, and then fail to take it down and get wiped on the core, all of a sudden it would be, at least on experience, an even game again. So they play it safe. They're saying, guys, there's zero reason for us to fight here. We are so far ahead right now. If we just fall back, this is going to be an easy game for us, but let's not go for the core, because we know we can win this if we just play it safe enough, and that's exactly what they're doing. So now 12 kills against 1. They're looking fantastic here. Chromio and 22,000 damage. They're even pushing the top side aggressively. 3 levels ahead, plus extra talents. Chromie even with the 16. Shifting sands. Timeout on 13, of course, for her. And for Kerrigan also, a bit more survivability thanks to the Chrysalis. And they're trying to go for the second keep. And why wouldn't they? I mean, they can at least poke around it a little bit. Here comes the triple panda again. And the pretty random apocalypse, but they might actually get Rhaegar at this point. Rhaegar self-ancestrals and... Oh, Li Ming! Diablo and Sylvanas die. Li Ming actually gets out for just a moment. But, well, I might have spoken too soon here. Oh, nice teleport. Chat is down 2, but definitely didn't get the kill against Li Ming. But they are getting keep number 2. And bot side is getting pushed already. Valamax is still there. If he could get a few kills and resets, then they might be able to make something happen, but it does not really look likely. Second keep has fallen, and it's brutal. It's honestly, it's difficult to watch. At this point, it is a little bit rough. If you have small children in the room, please shield their eyes. Don't do that to him. This will scar you for life. If you see this one, this will scar you for life. You will have to pay a lot of money for a psychologist later on, and yeah, it's just not, you're gonna ruin their future relationships and stuff like that. So yeah, please be a responsible parent at this point and make sure that your children are watching this, because this is tough stuff. But, well, with 16 just around the corner, they might actually grab a double talent advantage over their opponent. Once again, here comes the jump into the back. Bunker's already out, and Chen gets locked down with the CC train that hits harder. That hits harder than Muhammad Ali. So there we go. But Kerrigan died. Kerrigan died. Do they actually have a chance? Both of the lanes are pushing with catapults now. But it seems like the front line is falling apart for the Ukrainians. And they're going to go for Diablo. And the dog gets the last bite here, quite literally. As we have the Immortal attacked again. But the Immortal's not the only thing that gets attacked. Sylvanas is down, and now Anna is the only survivor. There's the slide, there's the kill. And ladies and gentlemen, 5-man team wipe, as Germany wipes the floor with the Ukrainian team. Triple catapult now moving in, and they're just going for the core. They're not even wasting their time with the Immortal anymore. They're just looking at it and saying, guys, at this point the death timers are high enough. Let's just take it. 3 catapults in from the top, 1 from the bottom. And this is game. A clean 2-0. 2-0 series from Germany as they take the victory in Group 3 of the Nations Cup. Nicely done here, and well played, Germany, taking control of Group 3 at the tournament. GG. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video, and I hope that you enjoyed the match and the commentary. The remaining time of the video has been added to protect against spoilers caused by the length of the video itself. But please keep in mind, though, that this does not only mean more work for me, but also has a negative impact on the popularity of the videos and the channel because of YouTube's algorithms. It would be greatly appreciated if you'd consider supporting the channel and help me to continue the daily esports coverage by clicking the join button below the video or supporting me through the Patreon page linked in the video description. Thanks a lot for the support, and see you guys next time.